The energy inside the arena was already electric, but no one expected it to erupt the way it did. What began as a perfectly structured concert set suddenly transformed into something raw, unpredictable, and impossible to script. In a matter of seconds, BTS's Jin shifted the entire atmosphere, stepping forward with a confidence that immediately caught both fans and members off guard. There was no announcement, no build-up, just a look, a signal, and a challenge aimed directly at Jimin. The music changed almost instantly. A heavier beat dropped through the speakers, sharper and more aggressive than anything in the previous set. The crowd sensed it before fully understanding it, and then the realization hit all at once. This was not part of the planned choreography. This was something else entirely. This was spontaneous. Jimin didn't hesitate. Known for his precision and fluidity, he stepped forward with a calm intensity, locking eyes with Jin as if the stage had suddenly become a battleground. The contrast between them was striking. Jin, often recognized for his charisma and humor, now carried a competitive edge that felt new, almost unexpected. Jimin, on the other hand, looked completely in his element, focused, controlled, and ready. The first move came from Jimin. It was sharp, calculated, and technically flawless. Every movement hit the beat with exact precision, drawing immediate screams from the crowd. Armies raised their light sticks higher, their reactions growing louder with each second. The arena transformed into a sea of motion and sound, every fan aware they were witnessing something rare. Then Jin responded. What followed wasn't about technical perfection, it was about presence. Jin leaned into improvisation, delivering movements that were bold, unpredictable, and full of personality. It wasn't the kind of performance fans had come to expect from him, and that's exactly what made it explode. The crowd reacted instantly, the noise doubling as people realized Jin wasn't just participating, he was competing. On the sidelines, the rest of BTS watched with visible excitement. Jungkook's reaction was immediate, wide-eyed and fully engaged. He moved closer as if he didn't want to miss a single second. RM stood slightly back, observing with a composed smile that hinted he understood just how special this moment was. J-Hope, known for his dance expertise, reacted with pure energy, hyping both Jin and Jimin as the battle intensified. These expressions shifted between amusement and admiration, while SUGA remained calm but attentive, clearly appreciating the artistry unfolding in front of him. The dynamic between Jin and Jimin kept evolving. Jimin escalated the complexity, layering intricate footwork with controlled spins, each move executed with the kind of mastery that has defined his reputation. The precision was undeniable. But Jin countered in a completely different way, leaning into rhythm, expression, and timing that broke expectations. He wasn't trying to mirror Jimin. He was creating his own lane within the same moment. And that's when the crowd truly lost control. Thousands of voices merged into one continuous roar, the sound echoing across the arena as phones lit up in every direction. Fans knew this wasn't just a performance, it was a moment that would circulate globally within minutes. Every second felt important, every move worth capturing. What made it even more powerful was the unpredictability. There was no clear structure, no defined winner, and no indication of how far it would go. The battle existed purely in the moment, driven by instinct, energy, and mutual respect. Jin pushed boundaries no one expected him to cross, while Jimin reinforced exactly why he's considered one of the strongest performers in the industry. But beneath the surface, something else was happening. The interaction wasn't just competitive, it was collaborative. Every move, every reaction, every shift in energy showed a level of trust that only comes from years of performing together. This wasn't about outperforming each other. It was about elevating the moment. As the music intensified again, the tension reached its peak. And just when it felt like the battle couldn't go any further, something subtle happened, something easy to miss, but impossible to ignore once seen. A brief exchange between Jin and Jimin hinted that this moment wasn't entirely spontaneous after all. That small detail would change how fans understood everything. The arena didn't calm down, it escalated. What had already become one of the most talked about moments of the night continued to build, refusing to settle into anything predictable. The dance battle between Jin and Jimin moved into a second phase, one that felt less like a challenge and more like a full performance unfolding in real time. The energy shifted again, but this time it carried a deeper intensity, something more controlled, more intentional. Jimin took the lead once more, but his approach changed. Instead of focusing purely on technical precision, he began blending emotion into his movements. His expressions sharpened, his transitions slowed just enough to emphasize control, and suddenly the performance carried a narrative quality. It was no longer just about skill. It was about storytelling through movement. Every gesture felt deliberate, every pause meaningful. Jin responded in a way that surprised even the members. He matched that emotional shift. Stepping away from purely playful improvisation, Jin leaned into the music with a level of focus that drew immediate attention. His movements became more refined, more synchronized with the rhythm, yet he maintained the unpredictability that had defined his earlier performance. The balance between control and spontaneity created something entirely unique, something that blurred the line between competition and collaboration. J-Hope's reaction said everything. As someone widely recognized for his dance expertise, his visible excitement carried weight. He wasn't just enjoying the moment, he was recognizing the significance of what was happening. RM exchanged a brief glance with SUGA, both appearing to acknowledge that this wasn't just a random interaction. There was intention behind it, even if it wasn't fully planned. Jungkook stepped closer again, his focus locked on the center of the stage. V, meanwhile, seemed completely immersed, his expression reflecting both admiration and curiosity. The group dynamic shifted subtly, with all 7 members becoming part of the moment even without directly stepping into the spotlight. This wasn't just Jin versus Jimin, it was BTS as a whole, connected through one evolving performance. The crowd's reaction reached another level. The noise wasn't just loud, it was sustained. There was no drop in energy, no moment of silence. Every movement triggered a response. Every transition amplified the atmosphere. The sea of army bombs created a visual rhythm that mirrored the performance on stage, turning the entire arena into a synchronized experience. Then came the turning point. The music slowed unexpectedly. For a brief second, everything felt suspended. Jin and Jimin stood facing each other, the tension no longer explosive but controlled, almost cinematic. And in that moment, the detail that had been easy to miss earlier became clear. They smiled. It was subtle, but it changed everything. That single exchange revealed the truth behind the entire battle. It wasn't about winning. It was about creating a moment that could only exist between them, built on years of shared experience, trust, and understanding. The competition had always been real, but so was the connection. As the beat returned, both performers moved in sync. Not identical, not mirrored, but aligned. The battle dissolved into a shared performance, one that carried the energy of both styles without forcing either to dominate. It was the kind of transition that couldn't be rehearsed because it relied entirely on instinct. The rest of BTS joined in. It wasn't a full choreography, but their presence completed the moment. Jungkook's energy surged forward, J-Hope added dynamic accents, RM maintained the structure, SUGA's calm grounded the scene, and V's unique style filled the gaps between movements. What began as a 2-person battle evolved into a group expression, reinforcing the identity that defines BTS. The performance ended without a clear conclusion. No winner was announced. No result was needed. The crowd understood. What they had witnessed wasn't a contest, it was a moment of spontaneity elevated by years of discipline and connection. Jin had stepped forward with a challenge, Jimin had answered with precision, and together they created something that extended beyond expectations. Jin's vocals carried a deeper resonance. There was a clarity in his delivery that drew immediate attention, as if the earlier adrenaline had sharpened his focus rather than exhausting it. Jimin's harmonies blended seamlessly, adding emotional depth that reinforced the connection between them. The contrast between their intense dance battle and this controlled vocal performance highlighted the range they were capable of delivering within a single show. Jungkook stepped forward for a solo line, his voice cutting cleanly through the arena. The crowd responded with a unified wave of sound, but even in that moment, the memory of the battle lingered. It influenced how every performance was being perceived, adding an extra layer of meaning to each interaction on stage. V's presence became more pronounced in this segment. His expressions carried a cinematic quality, drawing focus without disrupting the group balance. SUGA maintained his understated approach, yet his timing remained critical in anchoring transitions. RM continued to guide the overall flow, ensuring that the performance never lost its structure despite the unpredictability introduced earlier. And J-Hope watched everything. His perspective, as both performer and observer, seemed to tie the entire moment together. Whether or not he had influenced the earlier transition, his awareness of the stage dynamic was unmistakable. He understood how quickly a moment like that could shift the entire trajectory of a show, and he adapted in real time. As the segment came to a close, the audience reaction remained intense. But it wasn't chaotic anymore. It was focused. Fans had moved from shock to appreciation, from excitement to analysis. The dance battle had created a ripple effect that extended far beyond its duration, shaping how the rest of the concert was experienced. And yet, one question remained at the center of it all. Not about who won, but about how it happened. Because the more the moment was replayed frame by frame, angle by angle, the more it revealed something deeper. This wasn't just a spontaneous highlight. It was a reflection of years of growth, trust, and artistic evolution. And that realization set the stage for what came next. Because the night wasn't over yet. And if the last few minutes had proven anything, it was that anything could still happen.